All right, we're gonna get started. We're gonna have a small meeting today. I know yesterday was the last day of school. People are very busy, but we're just gonna go over today what we are going to be up to, what we've done, and we have some decisions to make about International Overdose Awareness Day today too. So welcome, Sue, Rebecca. Good morning. And so we're just going to talk a little bit real quick about upcoming events that are going on and recent events. We still have Smart Recovery going on every week from 6 to 7 on the Wednesdays at the American Legion. And then on the third Wednesday of the month, there's going to be an all young people in Western Mass in recovery meeting. So the whole group will be invited to that meeting. And Jolie Feder runs that, and she is the coordinator for the young people in Western Mass in recovery, and she is coordinating all of that. So she does have people come online as well for that meeting. So there is a virtual connection if you would like. The flyer is on our Facebook page, but if anybody needs any of that, you can reach out to me. That meeting is likely going to move to 7 p.m. starting next week, but I will let everybody know about that, and I will repost a flyer and let Recovery Center Hope also know if it's going to be moved, the time is going to be moved. But Jolie's looking to move it. May 20th, we did have the community naloxone training with Kirsten Krieger. We did have a few people come to that, which was great. We had Tapestry there. We had Swift River Recovery Center there, which was awesome. We got to make some more connections with people. I've not met anybody from Swift River before, so always a good opportunity to connect with people. And so what we're going to do with the community naloxone training. Well, I'll talk about this a little bit down the road, I guess. All right, so May 21st, Mara Vista, we invited them to be on VCTV, and Lou and Peg Lorraine were able to record us, and that is out there on YouTube now, on VCTV. Just an interview about what BOAT does and how we interact with Mara Vista in collaboration, and what Mara Vista has to offer. May 22nd, we did have medication and safe storage training at the senior center. Kirsten and I did that. I did cannabis safe storage training. We did hand out, I think, 4 lock boxes and some Narcan. We had about 4 people show up to that at the senior center. One person showing up to these is successful for us, when we have these little mini trainings. So that was great. We are looking to do a 2-hour mindfulness meditation training program about hope and courage at the senior center, but we're not sure what the date is about that yet. We don't know, what that's going to look like, but we are going to be collaborating with the senior center around that over the summer, likely August. May 29th, we did go to the Palmer Community Strong Wellness Walk-In. And so the Opioid Settlement Fund Committee has been talking about doing a community walk-in in Belchertown like they do over in Palmer. And I think it's a great idea. And we're going to be setting it up in the library. The date is going to be August. In August, I'll find the date. And so what will happen with that, we'll have a walk-in where I'll be there, or a representative from BOAT will be there. We'll have, invite DART team to be over there. Kirsten Krieger will be there. But, we're connected to so many organizations. What we talked about doing is inviting 2 or 3 organizations a month to come. And we're going to start just once a month right now to do it, just to see what the need is in the community, and how many people are going to come, that type of thing. But again, one person showing up to these things is all that provides so many resources. Like when we went to the Palmer Community Wellness Walk-In, for example, Aline and I were there together. We were invited there, and Aline collaborated with some other folks that were there. And I actually, we had a person come in and a woman that had been she was in distress. She was kind of, mulling around outside the room, and I was watching her, and I finally went over and said, hey, how's it going? Do you need some help? And then she opened up and talked to me about some situations that were going on with her, and I was able to refer her to the Recovery Center of Hope and Sue specifically. So, and I don't think she's reached out, but we were able to provide these resources for people right away when they're in need, because we have them today, and we were able to collaborate with other programs as well. So it's really worth it. And so our first one is going to be August. I don't know why I didn't write this down. August 15th. At 3:00 at the library is going to be our first community pop-in. So anybody that wants to come feel free to, but we will be mentioning it again in our next meeting. June 14th, we had Aaron's race. I was supposed to take the table volunteer with Chris out. I did table that day. We had an amazing amount of people come to the table. We had probably 30 adults, 30 kids come to our table. So we always do a wheel, and we have a ball that's, we throw it to the kid, and whatever thumb they lands on the ball, it's like a soccer ball. They'll have a question, like a prompt, and the kid will answer the prompt. So it could be anything, and it's all protective factors, related to protective factors, which is so cool. So like, what do you do? What is your favorite activity after school? Something like that with the younger kids. We have a trivia game for the older kids that we utilize in when we do those programs as well. Very successful day. Farmers market. Okay, so we start farmers market this Sunday, the 22nd. And I have a sign-up sheet, which I don't know if any of you can fill in any of these blanks. We have the first two covered. The 22nd, I will be doing it with Angela Battle. And then on July 6th, Aline and I will be covering. But if anybody has a time they can fill in, likely we'll jump in as well. But it would be helpful, especially July 20th, the 21st, we are leaving to CACA that Monday to Thursday. Angela, Battle, and Aline and I will be heading to CACA that day. So the 20th is going to be tight. If anybody can do that, that would be helpful. Any questions so far? All right.
I'm sorry, Kristen, could you say again the time of the August 15th?
It's 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Yep, it's going to be right in the library. I think we're going to be downstairs in that community room.
Question in the chat that I'll just read.
Oh, sorry.
Wondering about the recovery meeting for young people. What age range for that meeting, and do they need parental permission if it's for youth under 18?
It isn't for youth under 18.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I believe it's like 18 to 24. I'm pretty sure is what the age range is. It's right on the flyer, Rebecca.
Can you put the flyer in the chat?
Likely not, but I can send it to you. Yeah, I'll send it to you. And it's also posted on our Facebook page as well, but I'll send you another copy of the flyer for that. All right.
I can do the 20th of July.
Okay.
But how are we going to get, how do we get all the materials and all the stuff if you guys are leaving?
Yeah, so I will be in the office. I can be in the office if you want to pick it up like that week before.
Sometime the week before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll be in touch with you then before that. Thank you so much, Kim. All right. All right. So one thing that we wanted to talk about is International Overdose Awareness Day. Again, we're going to be planting the flags around the common as we have done the last couple of years. Flag planting week, we're planning on doing the week of the 25th, August 25th. I will have to, I have to coordinate that with DPW, with Linda LeDuc, as we do every year. So we'll coordinate that, and then we'll be looking for volunteers, that week as it gets closer to help with our flag planting. Last year it went real smooth. We learned as we go. And so last year we were able to take a string and make a line with the string, so it was easy to just put the flags in nice and, looked nice and orderly. Let's see. So International Overdose Awareness Day, last year it was on Labor Day weekend, and it is again this year. It's on Sunday. So we don't know, do we want to do that on Sunday? That's the day that is slated as International Overdose Awareness Day. It's going to be tough. Last year we had a pretty good turnout being Labor Day weekend, but it definitely wasn't as much as we usually get when it's not.
Won't the farmers market still be on? Won't the farmers market still be happening?
They're into October.
It would be at night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so in the farmers market where we plant the flags, we plant it on the other side of the gazebo so they don't get affected by it.
Hi.
Hey, Drini.
Hi. I just need to go look at something over there. Can I just?
You can stay for our meeting if you want.
I don't want to interrupt.
So the farmers market will be going on then, but it'll be over, and usually we do the vigil at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So it will be done by then, but I want to put it out there to this group. What do you guys think?
Yeah, when people go away for the weekend, they leave on a Friday night maybe. So,
Yeah.
so would a Thursday evening be good? The Thursday before, or?
When will you be planted?
We're planting them that week, so they're going to be out there that week before.
Will you be done planting Monday or Tuesday?
Probably Tuesday we'll be done planting. I would
Monday.
say.
We'll be done planting on Monday. We'll
be
plant on
done
Monday.
Planting on Monday.
So Wednesday or Thursday sounds perfect.
So Thursday night, maybe?
Yeah, I would think.
All right.
I think that's.
Trainee, maybe you have an idea about this. So International Overdose Awareness Day is coming up. Labor Day weekend, and it's on the 31st on a Sunday. So we're trying to figure out what would be the best day to do it. So Thursday came up, but
What are the 2 days, Thursday or?
it can be any of those days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it's Labor Day weekend, so we don't know.
I will say Thursday before people leave will be a better option than doing it on Sunday because a lot of people will then.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Well, there you have it.
Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you, Officer Rivera. All right. So what do you guys think about that? Thursday? Wait,
Probably a better turnout than on a Thursday.
how about you guys up there? Andrea, do you have anything to say about that? Thursday, International Overdose Awareness Day instead of Sunday during Labor Day weekend?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be busy on Sunday.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you have it. So we do have an official day. And the reason I'm doing this now, there is a reason behind this. I had my meeting yesterday with SADOD, which is Support After Death by Overdose. Last year we registered with them, our vigil, and we ended up having a lot of people reach out to us in other states and send us stuff. So we want to register again, but they had their organizer meeting yesterday, where people just were able to come and meet and talk about what they're doing and everything. So I wanted to get our date solidified so I can go ahead and register us again for that right away. So because there's so many people get on there looking for vigils around the country. So, all right. So that day, what day is that? On Thursday.
Yeah, it's 28th
28th.
of August.
All right, August 28th it is then. All right. Then we do have July 18th coming up. We are doing a Youth Police Academy presentation. So we're coming up with ideas for that right now. It's just going to be an hour presentation. They're high school kids, grades 9 to 12. And so we want to make it, it's a summer academy. We want to make it fun, but we want to make it educational too. So I've already come up with some ideas, like putting a Jeopardy game together. And I have tons of statistics and stuff out there I've already gathered for the Jeopardy game. So I think I'm going to be doing some type of get Jeopardy game with them, so we can educate them too. So you can ask them like, I don't know, what is the BAC that is illegal for high school kids if they're drinking and driving? Like, we know it's 0.08 for adults, right? What is it for under 21?
0.
It is, yeah, 0. So it would be like, what is 0, right? And so we're gonna, and then we'll educate them on whatever the answer is after that. So we found some pretty cool stuff anyway about that. So we're looking forward to getting into the police academy and training our kids around that. And we're also probably going to bring in naloxone training with them as well. That's something that we're looking to do next year in the schools. That we kind of are they're working on doing first aid, CPR, and naloxone training for every kid in the school next year. Yeah, so that's another initiative. All right. Anything else coming up that we want to talk about at all? All right. Our Umbrella Wellness Committee is meeting a week from Monday to debrief the whole thing, the whole event. We've gotten some great feedback from the event and from some other organizers. I had a lot of people reach out to me, send me messages that have never been there, like, thank you so much for inviting us. We were like able to connect with like so many other organizations as well as the community, and we got free food and free prizes and just stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. It's such a great opportunity for people to connect with each other. And we it looks like we did the counting of the numbers. It looked like we had 350 about. We don't, it's around 350, 400 in between that. Somewhere, but like not everybody took bags too, so that was part of the not knowing what the count was on there. But yeah, still highly successful, which was great. All right, any updates? Opioid Settlement Fund Committee updates.
I wasn't at the last meeting.
That's right.
I'm stepping down, and Angela's going to be taking my place on for the vote as the vote representative.
Yeah. So thank you for reminding me of that. So Angela Battle will be stepping in on the Opioid Settlement Fund Committee now as a vote representative, and Kim will be stepping down as July 1st. So thank you so much for helping us out with that. With the Opioid Settlement Fund, also, I just did attend the Palmer. They invited me this past week, the Palmer Committee, that they're trying to get stuff together over there. And it was pretty awesome. They're epidemiologist from Quaywell Hill Substance Use Alliance. Hannah she presented some information that they had gathered around what the needs are in their community and like the Palmer area and that. And so the committee's kind of looking at their data and seeing what they want to do around their community, but wanted to talk about like how we did our stuff, because like we're pretty together. Like we have a process and everything all together now. We have a committee. We meet once a month. We're pretty well tuned at this point. So I did share the application with Palmer because our application that we have is really simple, and it's for lay people that don't have the technical wording that you would usually need for like a grant that you would be applying for out there. We wanted to make it a simple application for people. And so we did share that with Palmer, and hopefully they'll use it. We think it's great. We want to collaborate with other people and share information. So that was really awesome that we were able to be part of that. Abatement Conference, we just attended. Also, a bunch of people from the opioid group attended that, the Opioid Abatement Conference, and they just talked about like different things that you can do in your community with the funds that you have, and they talked about some of the things that we've already talked about and that are still on the table, such as naloxone vending machines, versus some other things. So, these things will be we will be discussing these things at the opioid meeting that we have on Monday. Public health updates. Andrea, any public health updates?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. With us, with Nicotine Free Generation, one of the things that we're going to be doing July, August at this point is purchase survey checks for tobacco and alcohol, both separately at 2 different times. Probably alcohol in the fall, nicotine in the summer. So we get somebody that's 21 years old, that looks under 21, that goes to the stores, they ask for a pack of cigarettes. If they get carded, they say they left their, well, we're doing it different this time because we're checking for nicotine-free generation. So if they get carded this time, we do have some petty cash in another little fund that we have. And so what we do with that, we're gonna give our person, our mystery shopper, some money. And when they go into the store to buy cigarettes, and if they card them, right, they're gonna give them the ID because the person is gonna be just turned 21 January 1st, 2004. So it's gonna be somebody that's in that nicotine-free generation part. So if they're born after January 1st, 2004, they cannot buy tobacco or nicotine products in Belchertown. So I'm gonna get somebody that's born after January 1st, 2004, they'll go in. If they get carded, they're going to give the ID, and if they still sell the cigarettes because it says they're 21, we know that we need to educate them more on nicotine-free generation, and so they're going to buy the cigarettes and they'll take them and leave. If they card them and they check the thing and they're like, oh, we can't sell to you, awesome, and we'll give them kudos, and we do give shout outs in the newspaper, and we do celebrate the successes as well, and we educate everybody around that. So if they do card them, with the money, they'll only have to use the money if they card them and then sell them the cigarettes and don't comply by the policy in Belchertown. So we're going to be doing that July, August. I have to find somebody first. And then in the fall, we'll be doing the purchase survey checks for alcohol again. And the last time that we did that, we worked so closely with our businesses in town, 12 out of 12 of them passed. And every business, if you go to like Antonio's, for example, and you walk in their door, they have a sticker that celebrates them from us, that they passed the purchase survey check. So it's pretty cool. We just try to celebrate. And then last year, what we did too is that the person who carded, we ended up giving them like, I think it was like a $5 gift card or something like, or $25 gift card or something like that, just to celebrate the employee who did their job, with doing what they're doing. We want to reinforce it.
Chris, is there any effort being made so it's great that Belchertown is a nicotine-free generation.
Yep.
Granby is 5 minutes down the road, or Ludlow is 10 minutes down the road. So is there an effort being made to have the other communities around so that it is harder for them to still purchase it? Because if they can't get it in Belchertown, but they can get it in every town surrounding us,
Right.
it only does so much.
Right. Andrew, you want to address that?
Well, I can't speak for Ludlow. Belchertown borders Ludlow. Not really sure what they're doing in Ludlow. It's ultimately up to the local boards of health on how they want to regulate tobacco, whether they want to implement nicotine-free generation. That was something the Ware Board of Health did not want to do. So I agree, if the surrounding towns do implement strong tobacco control regulations and they implement nicotine-free generation, it does make it harder so that people can just go to the next town to get things. The Ware Board of Health decided they did not want to regulate minimum cigar pricing, so they can sell them cigarillos for 99 cents, versus in the other surrounding communities, I think it's the minimum price for like a single is like $2.90 or something, and then if it's a pack of 2 or more, it's $5 and something cents. Where and where we're not regulating the minimum pricing, so it's unfortunate, but it's ultimately up to the local board of health. And board members do change, so you might get board members that come on later that are interested in having strong tobacco control regulations, and then at that point maybe we bring it back to the table and kind of relook at things and reassess.
Yeah, and also Ken Elstein from our board of health in Belchertown has put together, he's part of a big group that is going around to boards of health. They're wicked active right now, and there's a whole listserv on it. And so Ken is involved with the nicotine-free generation people from Brookline, from Boston Medical Center, and from, Pioneer Valley, Tobacco Control Coalition. And there's a whole group of people that are involved in this. So when they have these public forums, they go, and I'm on that listserv too. I just haven't been able to be involved lately. But you can go to these Board of Health open forums and state your case and testify. So that's what they're doing. And there has been movement around it. I think it's 17 now, or close to that. I have a number, but it is picking up. Pelham just passed it.
Yeah.
I do know that, right? Yeah. And so
It's good. I mean, the more communities that do it and share with their other local communities that we did it, then I think the more it will pick up.
yeah, and the more and more that we get people on board for it too, like they didn't change the state age till 21 until there was like 100 and close to 150 towns that passed that themselves. And I have a feeling it's going to be the same way for nicotine-free generation. But it is being looked at in legislation right now, for sure. The other thing I do want to mention around that, though, public health stuff is, we're the second to ban synthetic cannabinoids and the first to ban kratom, the only to ban kratom in Belchertown. And this is pretty cool. But Springfield is banning synthetic cannabinoids. It's being voted on, and it just got brought to everybody's attention over there. So but Springfield didn't know that other towns did this, and they thought they were the first to do it. They know now that they're not, because I sent them our regulations because we want to share our regulations so they don't have to rewrite the book. And it's so cool because Mayor Sarno and I conversed, and really grateful that we sent those regulations because they don't have to rewrite the book on it, and they also see that there's other support from other towns. But the thing that they're doing in Springfield, which I thought was pretty wild, is that each product that is a synthetic cannabinoid, like a product, if you have a package of gummies that are Delta 8, you're going to get fined $300 for that one packet. If you have 10 packages of those in your store, you're fined $3,000. $300 per piece. And so they're totally hammering it away. But so that's pretty cool that this big city is looking at doing this and jumping on board with what we're doing over here. Really awesome. All right. Prevention, anything for you? Go ahead.
Yeah, the Helping Hands mainly. They started their mural project on May 24th. We had about 7 of the students involved at different times. Lou and Peg made some appearances to catch them on film. But yeah, we had about 5 visits, and they've completed the mural on the 13th. And I put some pictures up on Facebook as well. And yeah, it was a great success. It was a nice opportunity for us to put some of what we do out in their community and get the support from the 84. So that went really well. And the final meeting for Helping Hands was June 2nd, and we went for ice cream and kind of debriefed about the year. And we celebrated the seniors because we have about 6 seniors that graduated and are leaving us, sadly. And everyone got their own graduation cord. It's like a rose gold color, so that'll be the color going forward for them, and some pins to put on there. And we are thinking of doing a ropes course at Springfield College in August to kick off the year for the new students, or the existing students who are underclassmen, and hopefully friends that they recruit.
Yeah, so we have 15 spots open for our youth to go, and we reached out to Springfield College, got a hold of the ropes course people, got a really great price on it, so we're going to be doing a half a day there, and August 6th, August 6th, we're going to be heading out to Springfield, and so it's a great opportunity for our current Helping Hands people to spread the message to recruit new students to go out and have this fun day out at the ropes course. So we're hoping to get 15 people. The second half of the day will be planning the whole year out for the next year for the students and what they're going to be doing. We did get a stipend from Sam Says Talk to Hear You Community Talks. So we are planning to do a sticker shock campaign in the fall with that. Sticker shock campaign is basically, getting a saying on there about like not selling to minors, that type of thing. We haven't gotten the saying yet. We print out a bunch of stickers. You go on, like I said, we have great relationships with our businesses. So send a letter to the businesses, go in, ask them if we can come in and put these stickers on all the 12 packs and the bigger cases, so that people, when they're picking it up, there's messaging to them right there on there. So we got money to do that from Samsa's Talk They Hear You Community Talk. So we're pretty happy about doing that with our kids. But that's just like one of the new activities that they're going to be doing this year. But we want to plan it out. So the other thing that we're doing too is Alina and I are taking a retreat for a couple days and doing we're taking our 12-month action plan there. We know, like CATCA, we have to have we report on 7 strategies that we have to look at every year, like providing information, enhancing skills, changing consequences, those types of things, changing physical design. And so we report on each 7 strategies every year, and we're highly successful in those, being able to get into each category. And so what we are going to do is take those, the 12-month action plan that we have set up for next year, look at our 7 strategies, and create an action plan for each month, like just a calendar for each month, so that we know exactly what we're doing and exactly what we need to order before that. So like, we have August coming up, with the International Overdose Awareness Day, we probably have to order materials for that. So our June month next year will say order materials for International Overdose Awareness Day, and what those materials are, because we keep track of everything in an Excel file, everything that we do from September 1st to August 30th every year. We're real specific about things, and it helps so much to be organized like this. Like with the Umbrella Wellness Fair this year, I couldn't have asked for it to go any smoother. We couldn't have asked for that. It was really like well organized. Our committee did a great job. We got the bags together ahead of time, that type of thing. So we're going to be doing that, and then we'll present that to the kids, and the kids, that way they'll be able to intertwine their activities with our activities, because we are not a one and done program. We know that everything that we do, it has a meaning, and it's consistent across the board. So we want to keep that going. Any other prevention?
I don't know. Covered a lot.
Yeah, I don't know either. DART's not here today, but we do know that DART will be with us in August at that community thing. Any recovery news? Anything, Sue, do you want to share anything at all? Anything going on over there at the Recovery Center of Hope?
Certainly. We have been having volunteer meetings. We're trying to get volunteers to help out with certain things at the Recovery Center, like helping us tidy up, cooking, different things like that. It's been successful, but if you know any volunteers that are looking to volunteer, please send them our way.
We certainly will.
Thank you. And we have a hike coming up at Quabbin on the 24th that everybody's really excited about.
That's awesome.
Yeah, with a bunch of community members. And our resources going well. We also got into the farmers market, but we're only doing 4. It's going to be once a month. So it's going to be July, August, September, October. Yeah.
That's great.
So that's right. Yeah, it should be great. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. And, we've noticed in our community, like, how much the stigma around, like, the Narcan has been smashed because of what we do and being out there in the community. And, like, one of the things 4 years ago, like, I remember, or right before I got here, I remember a farmer's market where it was Alyssa Curran and Abigail were going to be giving out Narcan, and they posted it on the Facebook page that they were giving out Narcan, and there was wicked backlash on it from the community, like, you know, just like ignorant comments, like, you know, why aren't you giving out free insulin then? You know, just not real. It was really terrible. And they showed up at the farmer's market and stood strong. And Alyssa wrote a beautiful, beautiful reply in response to it in the paper and on the Facebook page. It was so beautiful. And so many people came up to their table and praised them for what they did the next day. And it was awesome. And so, but since then, because of the work that we've done in our community now, we don't get that anymore. We get people, like when we did even the pop-up for the National Naloxone Awareness Day, we had people replying on Facebook, like, this is so great that you guys do this in the community. Oh my God, mine's expired. Can I get more? You know, and just tabling. Like, I couldn't believe it. Even at Aaron's race, I gave out 10 boxes of Narcan. It's just like every time I'm tabling now, I'm giving out Narcan because people are aware of it now. And the stigma around it is getting smashed in our community, which is incredible. So I think that's wonderful that you're doing that.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Any harm reduction information going on out there? Rebecca, do you guys have anything over going on at Quabog?
We have the caregiver survey, so you guys are going to be pushing that out to we're promoting now. So I don't know if you've already sent it to your school, if they're able to send it out to caregivers, but that's one of the things we did in Ware and like for the other surrounding towns. Very excited to collect some data from caregivers and parents so that we can use that for social norming and also like kind of compare it to the youth survey and see, you know, what do parents think? This is what their young people think that they had a conversation with them about substances. Like, are the parents thinking they had that conversation? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're participating with us on that. And Spiffy is also participating, so we'll have Hampshire County data too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's great that you're doing that, and I think it's such a wonderful way to cross check it too between the perceptions of the kids and the parents, because we already know that the perceptions of kids are way off of what they're thinking their friends are doing. So it'll be interesting to see how that correlates. But yeah, thank you for having us be a part of that too. That's awesome. Any other updates at all? Okay, July meeting. I have one. This is our last thing. The July meeting is going to be July 16th, and I'm going to put it out to this group. Are you guys going to be around? Okay, you will be.
Same here in July.
All right, so we'll keep that meeting then for July 16th. If I hear from people that, you know, a lot of people are away on vacation and that type of thing, I'll probably put a note out there to cancel it. I'm planning on being here July 16th, so we'll plan on having that meeting then. All right, and yeah, that's about it. So I think that's great for today, and happy end of school year. Yeah. Happy end of school year. Have a great day, you guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Hey, Kim.